Sources have said, according to Pete Thamel, which we know how reliable he is, the SEC has directed Georgia and Tennessee to not play their home and home conference series against Oklahoma. Georgia was supposed to be next year in 2031, while the Tennessee game, of course, 2020 was canceled, but the other game was slated for 2024 in Knoxville. That has left the return games in each of the series to take place after Oklahoma and Texas are scheduled to join the league for the 2025 season. So, I know it says scheduled to be that time, but it could be sooner for all I know. And another thing to keep an eye, and I know for sure that Oklahoma has added a home and home with somebody. Or SMU, which starting 2020 next year and in 2027. So that's very interesting, and I think this kind of means the negotiations for the Big 12 with Oklahoma and Texas, you could leave earlier, have begun. I don't know. And because, the conference is trying to get a new TV rights deal as soon as possible, and possibly like the Big 12 could add members like somebody in the West Coast, like Arizona State, Utah, Colorado, maybe San Diego State, Fresno State, which I don't think so. Boise State, I highly doubt that Oregon and Washington will be in the Big 12, but you never know. If they get turned down by the Big 10, Big 12 could come calling. Still, I think this kind of means they might be leaving starting next year from outside the Big 12. It could be. For all I know, it could be. Or even 2024. So, and I'm pretty sure that home and home for Oklahoma versus SMU is going to be sometime. I don't try to figure that out. I know University of Oklahoma has announced its SMU just to replace one of the games. Yeah, it's in Norman next year on September 9th, and away on 9/11 in 2027. So, okay. So it makes sense. So, I know for a fact that Texas still has to play Alabama at Alabama for next year. Just to make that clear as a non-con game. So they might just forget that series and just cancel it. For all I know, they could. Yeah, they scheduled it for next year on September 9th as well. So don't be shocked if there's an announcement about Texas canceling that series. If I'm being completely honest. And it's pretty much the only game they don't have to worry about because they got nobody else in the SEC on terms of schedule right now. After next year, I mean. I know they have home and homes with Ohio State and UTSA again. Our series would continue that series. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, as well as Michigan. So they do have UTEP as well as Rice, I believe. But it's like futuresfootballschedule.com. You just go, you could just Google Texas football schedule for 2023, or future Texas football schedules, and it gives you a list just to keep an eye on. So I just found it interesting today that Tennessee and Georgia have canceled their home and home with Oklahoma. And I bet with any other SEC team that Oklahoma had a home and home with initially, that's going to get canceled. That other one is going to get canceled down the line, I'm pretty sure. I just want to spread the news on this because it is kind of indicative that I think potential move for them to be gone out of the Big 12 sooner rather than later, because I don't know if it's 2025 now because of this. I think it could be next year, but we're probably going to have to find out something really, really soon between now and probably February if they're going to really go to the SEC for 2023. We'll have to wait and see. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get to 400 subscribers and more by the end of this year. And if you're viewing this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe if you like the content. Now I know I've had more views than subscribers at times. Like 23,000 go under popular, and you see all those views I got? It's more than my subscribers. Something needs to happen on the subscribers, please. So, and I get it's not me watching it. It's probably people watching it but not subscribing. So please do subscribe and comment your thoughts on the videos. You can comment because highlights, sports stuff. Highlights, just a little like match points, for example. It's under COPA, so I can't have that. So comment, you can't have comments on that. So that's all.